Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Caleb Williams Chicago Bears career mode, franchise mode, combination series here on the channel. And we are in the playoffs. It is the year one rookie year playoffs for Caleb Williams. Last episode, we finished up the regular season. We had a good chance to be undefeated. The perfect season was in our reach. But for some reason, the defense for the Chicago Bears forgot how to play. And we lost 3 games in that episode. We still were able to win the division, win the 1 seed in the NFC, and have a bye for the playoffs. But 3 losses when you have a chance to be perfect is very, very frustrating. And it wasn't really all on the offense. It was mainly the defense just getting gashed every single time we would simulate the defensive drives. The other team would score every single time. So I'm really nervous that that doesn't happen, or that will happen in this playoff run. I hope that we're not just one and done, because if we're one and done, then I guess we're going to have the off season in today's episode as well, which I'm not planning on doing. I'm planning on this being an entirety of a playoff video, and that's it, because hopefully we end with a Lombardi trophy in Caleb Williams' hands. But we'll find out. If you go and enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go see how Caleb Williams' rookie year ends. We will take on the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round, well, our first round, the divisional round playoffs. We went 14-3. Eagles went 11-6. If you're curious about any stats or anything like that, what Caleb Williams did or what the rest of the team did, go take a look at the last episode at the end of it, and you can see all of those stats. This is a quick look at the playoff bracket, if you're curious about this at all. Chiefs and Steelers, Bills and Colts, Bears and Eagles, and then Tampa Bay and Dallas. So if we're able to beat the Eagles, then in the NFC Championship, we would play either Tampa Bay or Dallas. I kind of hope it'd be Tampa Bay, but it most likely would be Dallas. So I guess there's not really much more to talk about except for to get into this game against the Eagles. We only play the offense because we only control Caleb in the offense. But this is going to be a massive, massive game. It's not going to be easy, but no game in the playoffs should be easy, especially because it's the rookie year of Caleb Williams. Will he have a historic season? Got to start here in the division round. We will get the ball first against the Philadelphia Eagles. The addition of Tyreek Hill to this offense has been unprecedented. I mean, it's given Caleb so much more offensive firepower than just having DJ Moore and Rome Odunze and everybody else that was on the team originally. Oh, it might be pretty tough to run the football against this Philadelphia team. No surprise there. But adding Tyreek Hill has just been a life changer, because he has been everything and more that we paid for coming into the trade. 4th and inches on that one. We're going to go for it on our first ever drive in the postseason. We're going to snap it. I'm going to immediately roll out of the pocket here. This is a fast man, but Caleb's going to be able to outrun him. I think it's Brandon Graham, is it not? No, it's Jalen Carter. I thought for a second it was Brandon Graham. I was like, how is he that fast? But it's Jalen Carter, which makes more sense. Jalen Carter almost ruined our first drive of the day. That would have been pretty sad if he would have been able to ruin that. Luckily, he wasn't able to. Caleb is just a little bit faster, and he able to get the first down. And then Rome Odunze gets a first down. I'm going to keep trying to run the football, even though it might be all for naught. But we have a great running back in DeAndre Swift, who stays on his feet. DeAndre Swift against one of his former teams. Really good run there by DeAndre, who had just a phenomenal season. One of the best running backs in the league. Just an absolutely phenomenal year. And that's a little bit of a risky pass, but Tyreek's going to be able to hold on to it for a gain of 4. I thought maybe that other corner would be able to turn around on that, but luckily he wasn't able to. Okay. 2nd and 6. We're going to hand this off to DeAndre again. And he's going to get some decent blocks, get the first down. Good job, DeAndre. 3 carries, 17 yards for him. Solid start. Maybe a bunch shot is something that we can make work. This usually gets open, but probably not as open as it could be because we're so close to the end zone here. There's not a lot of space. I'm just going to scramble. Oh, look at all the open space. Caleb Williams almost into the end zone. I thought for sure that I was just going to get like a couple of yards and then just go out of bounds, but all of that open space became open. And I wasn't expecting that. That was kind of crazy. And you know what? Caleb got us down here. We might as well let him finish it as he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown Bears, and we lead at home against the Eagles. But again, our defense just doesn't know how to play football. A touchdown scored by Philadelphia. They tie it up. I think the way that we're going to win these games in the playoffs is going to be a shootout. That's kind of the way that it seems to be going, unfortunately. I don't really want it to be a shootout, but that seems to be the path that it's taking. It's how we won a lot of our games last episode towards the end of the regular season. Jalen Carter making my life a nightmare as he gets to the quarterback pretty quickly. The only way we can beat this Philadelphia team is just nonstop pressure, scoring every time we have the football. And I got hit on the throw, and Adunze just out of reach. I mean, they brought a blitz on the little play action that we had there, so it makes sense that they would get to the backfield. But this is just this is not the team that you want to have to come up against on your first run in the playoffs. DJ Moore with a great tough catch there, especially with a guy right on his back, able to make a tough play. That brings us to a 3rd and 6 scenario. It's got to be Rome Odunze all the way. Rome Odunze all the way. He can run past people. He's able to get the first down. Broke your tackle, too. This looks like it's going to be a game where we have to rely solely on the passing game and rely on the arm of Caleb Williams. I mean, DeAndre's gotten a couple of decent rushes, but maybe we need to establish a little bit of a lead before we trust DeAndre more than a couple of carries. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to go underneath. That's Odunze. I probably could have waited for Tyreek to pass through, but Odunze works nonetheless. It works about the same, and we will go to another first down. What play should we call here? Maybe a Y trail? Maybe the Y trail is going to be open. I mean, this is another Odunze pass, isn't it? Or maybe it's Cole Kmet up the middle. No, it's Odunze. Odunze makes it. He gets a couple of yards, 2nd and 6. Got to just be careful. You can't be too aggressive against a team like Philadelphia. So we gotta play it safe, take what's given to us. Stay in bounds. Good job, Cole. He stays in bounds, gets the first down, gets a couple extra yards. Good job, Cole. And then, I mean, maybe we could do the screens with DeAndre just to get the ball in his hands because he's such a explosive playmaker. Maybe just getting the ball in his hands would be a good idea. Odunze probably shouldn't have thrown it to him. He was pretty heavily covered there. He drops it on the hit. And maybe a double slant would be a good idea. I mean, nothing's really a good idea against the Philadelphia Eagles. They're too good of a team. Let's see if that triangle gets open. I think it is. It's open enough. Tyreek Hill, end zone, touchdown Bears. We take our lead back. And you see, I mean, he's just got that it factor. He's just too good. And at the end of the half, the Eagles get a field goal, and then they go in the start of the second half and score a touchdown. So it's 17-14, just like that. This Eagles team is out of control. But as long as we end the game on top, we will win. That's how scoring works. That's a big throw from Caleb. He's had a decent day today. He's made a lot of throws. He's had some good throws. He's done pretty well. Can't be too mad at him. I can be mad at this offensive line for giving me no time whatsoever to throw. Cole Kmet up the field. Look at Cole. A little bit sloppy turn up the field, but he gets it done anyway. Maybe running away from Jalen Carter is a good idea. That sounds like a good idea. This run will get us a couple of yards. DeAndre kind of just flings himself forward to get the first down. It works. I don't think a slot fade's going to be effective against Philadelphia. I mean, we tried one earlier. It didn't work. I don't think this one's going to work. I don't think another one's going to work. That's Cole Kmet. He's open. Kind of a bad throw that time from Caleb. A little bit off target, but Cole was able to bring it in. It just kind of slowed down his momentum. We'll go inside zone. And then try to get the first down with DeAndre. Bad idea. They were ready for it. They squash it. And it becomes a 3rd-and-1 situation. This feels like just changing to a run and it's going to work. And it will work. DeAndre Swift up the middle. That was a good idea because I don't know if the pass would have worked or not. I was probably going to hit Cole Kmet on the little comeback, and it might have been incomplete. He might have dropped it. So switching to a run was a good idea. Caleb's going to roll out of this pocket and just throw it away. Just throw it away. Don't need to make any mistakes. No interceptions, especially down by a few points here. Let's switch the PA cross to the other side. Although Smythe is the one running the underneath, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But we won't have to hit the underneath stuff because we've got it right there. And DJ Moore, I thought he might have overthrown that. I thought Caleb might have overthrown it, but DJ Moore makes the catch as he's getting hit in the back. Crazy good catch from DJ Moore. And DeAndre Swift will get in, and we take the lead back and hopefully make it a 4-point game. And we do. And Philadelphia scores again. I mean, this defense is not giving me any help. I know we're taking on the Eagles, who are an unbelievable offense. I get it. But this defense is not doing anything. So I think what we might have to do is try to take this time down. Excuse me. Try to take this time down all the way to the end of the game and win on a walk-off. That might be the only way we can win. Because if we give the Eagles the ball back, they might just take it and score, and then it's over. So there might not be any other choice but to drain the clock and try to win it at the buzzer. It's not going to be easy, considering the Eagles' defensive line is just unbelievable. Well, the Eagles' entire team is unbelievable. It's going to be quite the challenge. Running against Jalen Carter is not a good idea, especially on a 2nd-and-9 situation. Oh, we only got a yard out of that. They were ready for it, but I didn't like anything else, so I went with the run. It was probably not a great idea, but I had to do what I had to do. 3rd-and-8. This is a tough situation because we're not really in field goal range. I got to just throw it. It's going to be incomplete. Thank God I didn't get picked off. I didn't know what to do there. I really didn't. Tyreek didn't run the route that I thought he was going to run. He chose the little check instead of the keep going, and it never really worked out that way. Get that ball to DeAndre. Get there, DeAndre. Get the first down, DeAndre. Yes! DeAndre Swift! Oh, that's a massive first down, DeAndre. If we don't get that, it's game over. Eagles beat us in the first round. Oh, that's a crazy good run from DeAndre Swift right there. Dunze, he's too quick. He gets the first down. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Oh, DeAndre Swift, man. That might end up being the play of the game if we come out with a W. Wow, what a crazy one. What an absolute crazy play. 4th-and-8? And he does that? Absolute insanity. 2 minutes to go. Eagles might think we're going to just settle for a field goal to tie. That's where we get them. We're not settling for a field goal. We're going to take some time and hurry for a touchdown. And it's going to work. We're going to get a touchdown. We're going to win this football game. And I'm going to throw a pick and lose it. Game over. Caleb Williams will be done in the first round. The most world of juice way to lose a football game. Am I right? I went for a little safe throw. The corner played Cole Kmet so tightly. I did not expect him to play that tight on the throw. And unfortunately, it's a pick six that will lose us the football game. And Caleb Williams will be one and done in his first ever playoff appearance. Getting the Eagles in your first ever run in the playoffs is kind of insane. As DJ Moore drops that for some reason. He should have had that. It's very unfortunate that this is the team that we had to come up against in our first ever game. But that's the way the rankings work. That's the way that the what do you call them? The records worked. And that's not a touchdown. You get 2 feet in. They're going to booth review it. Did Tyreek get 2 feet in? They did! Tyreek gets 2 feet in. It's not dead yet. Oh, that pick six is brutal, though. That pick six is really brutal. 31-28. What is the team going to do? I'm assuming they're going to onside it and then not get it, and then the Eagles are going to end the game. Oh my God, we have 1 second left. Oh my God, we have 1 second with the football. Oh my God. We have one singular second. I'm going to try to pull out of verticals because I think that'll work a little bit better. I don't have any timeouts. Oh no, 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 no. Call a play, call a play. I didn't realize I didn't have any timeouts. No, 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 no. I couldn't snap it. I tried. I tried to snap it. That's ball game. I tried to snap it. I was pressing the X button. It wouldn't let me snap it. And that's the end of the game, right? Because it can't. It's over. Yep, that's the end of the game. I was mashing the X button. I was trying to find a four verticals. It wouldn't show me any four verticals. I was mashing the X button once I chose to play. It would not snap it. I tried my very best. I started mashing the X button with like 4 seconds left. It would not let me snap the football. So Caleb Williams' NFL season ends. His rookie year ends at the divisional round against the Philadelphia Eagles. So not the way we wanted to end it. Obviously, I wanted to end with a championship, but that is not how it goes. And it's going to be Eagles and Chiefs. So just like in real life, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's not really fair. Not really fair to get matched up against the Eagles in your first match, your first playoff matchup. But we will build in the offseason, which is going to now be in this episode. I didn't think that it was going to be that way, but it is. So we will build our team back up. We don't have a lot of money. We only have $11 million in available cap room. I don't know who won the Super Bowl. I didn't check or I didn't see. Wasn't really looking at that spot. All right, get those upgrades done. What do we got here? We got an Eagles victory. Eagles go on to win the Super Bowl. They beat the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts is the Super Bowl champion. Josh Allen is the MVP of the league. We technically get Coach of the Year with Ben Johnson. Christian McCaffrey and Max Crosby are the Players of the Year. And Caleb Williams gets Offensive Rookie of the Year. Edgerrin Cooper's Defensive Rookie of the Year. But Caleb Williams has earned the Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's a good start to his career. That is a very, very good start to his career. You love to see it. And I'm curious if we get any dev trade upgrades from any of our guys. Let's take a look at the roster before we get into the offseason here. So, what do we got? We knew Caleb Williams was going to be an X Factor. DeAndre Swift has gone from superstar to X Factor. And now we finally have all three abilities activated, but it's not Caleb. So we're going to switch the safe. We're going to swap DeAndre's ability with Caleb's ability because I'd rather have my quarterback have an X Factor. So that is huge. And it looks like he's going to be running run and gun for right now. I'm okay with that. And then Tyreek and DJ Moore will have X Factors. Adunze growing as well. Offensive line looks fairly good. Tight end is good. On the defense, we don't get any dev trade upgrades from anybody here, I don't think. Not that I notice. I think everybody's still the same. We're a pretty old defense. I mean, Von Miller we brought in free agency. We knew that he was going to be old. But Grady Jarrett's old. Montez Sweat's getting older. TJ Edwards getting older. Kevin, I don't know why I couldn't say his name. Kevin Byard is old. So we got a few experienced players on this roster. Who is available for a new contract? Khalil Herbert. No. Okay, so we must have re-signed everybody during the season. I forgot about that. Von Miller, 18.3 total is not really what I want to pay. Jack Sanborn, I want to bring you back, Jack, but you're a 71 overall at 25. It's not really looking that good for you. But you're a good player. Do I choose the veteran? Do I choose Von Miller? I mean, I can't unless I restructure a couple of contracts. I mean, it's kind of strange. Let me take a look. So what are our draft picks actually going to end up being? 14, and then that's right, we traded the other first round pick for Tyreek Hill. So the Giants give us pick number 14, which is not that bad. We can still end up with a pretty solid player. Do I choose to draft a defensive end? So mock draft number 4 has Mason Graham going 1, Travis Hunter 2, Will Johnson. Michael Williams, Hetero, McMillan, James Pierce Jr. All right, all right, all right. There's Shadur going to the Saints. So they have us taking Colston Loveland, which I'm not really in the market of taking a tight end. Abdul Carter, who is a round 2 to 3 true talent, which is just not true. Abdul Carter is one of the best players in the draft. I don't know who made this draft class, but they have Abdul Carter being around 2 to 3. Seems a little strange, but if we're in the position to take Abdul Carter at number 14, I think I might have to do it. I know that it says he's around 2 to 3 true talent, but I don't think I can pass up the opportunity to take Abdul Carter when he's available to me, especially when we have a limited amount of picks. Now I know that's not mock draft number 5; it's only mock draft number 4, so things could change. But when we have a limited number of draft picks this year, we have a first, a second, a third, and then a sixth. So we have 4 draft picks this year. We need to hit on every single one, and Abdul Carter being a 2 to 3 true talent kind of worries me a little bit. That he might not be as good as I need him to be, or that I think he is in real life. But I guess we'll figure out. We can't restructure DJ Moore, but we can restructure Montez Sweat. So we free up a little money there. Jalen Johnson, we free up a little bit of money. Grady, we're paying him so much money. Kind of annoying. Lindstrom. Okay, that should be enough to get back Von Miller and maybe Jack Sanborn with those restructurings. Yeah, 40 million should be enough to get both of them back. So if we go to Von Miller, I just want to have the security of re-signing Von Miller just in case we don't draft a defensive end. Then at least we have Von Miller there to play. So he's coming back. I want Jack Sanborn back as well. Just because I think he's a good player. So I want him back. He's going to come back for 3 years. That leaves us with $12 million. We can get Khalil Herbert back as a backup running back because he's a fine backup. Okay, so that's everybody that I probably want to bring back. Everybody else here doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, Dio Odeyingbo, I think is his name. I don't think we need him. We can draft somebody that's going to be cheaper, so we will move to the free agent portion and hopefully have a pretty solid idea of what the draft's going to look like. Okay, so in free agency, Tre'Davious White is here, Amari Cooper is here, Trent Brown, Justin Simmons, Chase Young. Ooh. Chase Young being here is very enticing. He wants to be here. That's for sure. But we don't have the money right now to be able to pay for him, especially when he's getting offered from other people. But Chase Young on this team would be pretty crazy. I kind of thought maybe we should trade Von Miller now that we've re-signed him. But I can't. I don't want to trade Von Miller and then not be able to get. What if we don't get Chase Young? Then we lose out on both of them. And then we don't have anybody to play. Then we're gonna have to start a rookie. So it's not the right idea to do that. But I will restructure a couple extra contracts just for the sake of it. All right, that's not going to be able to bring in Chase Young, but I wanted to free up a little bit more money in case there was a free agent that I did want to go off after. Let me just take another look at Chase Young. Okay, so we can offer Chase Young one contract. It's going to be not very enticing. We're in the lead for him. Is he going to choose us? No, he didn't choose us. He chose the Chargers. So we don't end up getting him, which maybe is for the best because then we save that money anyway. That's maybe for the best. What kind of corners are available? Because I could certainly use a 4th corner if we're not going to draft one. There's not really one that I kind of want to go for. Emmanuel Mosley's fine. It's not a bad one. But do I want to pay the money to try to get him? Christian Fulton is interesting. Greedy Williams is interesting. CJ Henderson being only 26 seems kind of crazy. I know he's kind of a bust, but he's a solid player. I'd be willing to pay him a little bit of money. And he will come to the team. So CJ Henderson probably is going to be our only free agent addition of the offseason. Because we don't need another tight end, at least not a starter. We don't need any other receivers. We have three that I like. We brought back Khalil Herbert. We obviously don't need a quarterback. Offensive line's pretty good. Quincy Williams is fine for right now. We could use another D tackle, I guess. But adding CJ Henderson to this squad as a fourth corner is going to be nice. Abdul Carter will either play here if we draft him. He'll either play here or he'll be a backup. What kind of D tackles are in free agency, if any, that I want? Is there anybody better than Gervin Dexter? Not really. No, if we're going to take a D tackle, it might just be in the draft. There's nobody here that I want. All right, so we'll save whatever money we have left, and that'll go to pay the rest of the contracts that we restructured. So we will move on to the to the draft portion where we get mock draft number 5. We'll see exactly where everybody is projected to go. Maybe we make a move up to get somebody more guaranteed than Abdul Carter, which seems kind of crazy to even think about because Abdul Carter in real life is a freak, but in this it says he's around 2 to 3, so I think I might just take him anyway if he's there. It would seem kind of stupid not to. But let's just buy up all of these just in case we do want to make a move. Okay. So, mock draft number 5. Well, first off, we got the private workouts. So we already scouted Abdul. That's how we learned he was a true talent. We need to look at D tackles because that's a position that we could use. So Mason Graham's going to go before we pick again. Kenneth Grant is actually round 3 to 4. Interesting. Tyleik Williams is going to be gone. Is there anybody else here? I might want to scout a Howard Cross from Notre Dame. He might be pretty solid. Maybe he's a hidden gem. And who else do we want to scout? Maybe a Shamar Turner from... Let's scout Shamar Turner from Texas A&M. And then let's go to outside linebackers. Maybe there's somebody here. Sonny Styles could be a nice pickup in the second round. There's some middle linebackers here that could be. Shmuel Mondon Jr. is pretty decent. Jay Higgins pretty good. Barrett Carter's obviously great. What about other corners available? We scouted all the corners because we had them as our thing. So there's a couple of guys down here that are 2 to 3 that we might be able to grab. There's a round 1 and 2. Xavier Scott from Illinois is a round 1 and 2 true talent, but he's a day 3 guy. We may be able to pick him up. That'd be a nice pickup. That would be a pretty good one. Is that the other Sanders brother? Shiloh's down here in the bottom of the draft. Poor guy. All right, I think I might want to use it on Sonny Styles. It's going to be either Sonny Styles or one of these middle linebackers. Maybe Jay Higgins. Who do I want to use it on, man? Probably on Sonny. Let's use it on Sonny. All right, so that'll be my 3 guys, the 2 D tackles and then Sonny Styles. Let's take a look at this mock draft number 5, though. See what everything's happening. Is Abdul Carter the guy that we have to take? Mock draft number 5. So it looks like everything's staying around the same, although Will Campbell jumps up to the top. Travis Hunter falls down to number 6. I'd take Travis Hunter if we were a little bit higher up. Walter Nolan's going. James Pierce, Genty. So Abdul Carter jumps up 1. Colston Loveland jumps up 1. And now we're projected to take Abdul Carter, which I don't hate. I was kind of going to take him anyway. Seems like a lot of people are jumping up. Okay, let me take one look at Abdul Carter. What is he working with here? He's 6'3", 259. He's got elite speed. A finesse moves, A block shed, B power moves, A pursuit. I mean, he looks like a pretty solid player. A top 15 pick, maybe not. I don't know who made this draft class, but Abdul Carter in real life is a top 3 pick, probably. At least top 5. Let's go to the draft. I'm not going to trade up. Let's go to the draft and see what's available to us. So the number 1 pick in the draft, Arizona Cardinals. They take Mason Graham. Good for them. Not what's going to be in real life, but that's what they take. Travis Hunter. Oh man, Travis Hunter fell to like 6 or something to the Jets, but he actually goes number 2 overall to the Washington Commanders. So they give Jaden Daniels another weapon to throw to. Will Johnson goes 3 to the Broncos. The Jaguars take Michael Williams. The Raiders take Tetaroa McMillan. The Jets take James Pierce Jr. So the mock draft is now all mixed up. Will Campbell goes 7 to the Rams. The Lions will grab Kelvin Banks Jr. Panthers take Deion Walker. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. The Saints will grab Shadur Sanders, so they get their quarterback. The Browns grab Luther Burden. The Patriots grab Ashton Genty. And the Texans will take Walter Nolan. I was kind of hoping Walter Nolan would fall to me because I might have taken him. But here we are. Benjamin Morrison's still available, which is kind of crazy. All the quarterbacks are still available. Do I take Abdul Carter? We know for a fact he's a round 2 to 3 talent, and we know for a fact that Benjamin Morrison is a round 1 talent. But we don't need corner as much as we need some sort of outside linebacker / defensive lineman. And I think Abdul Carter is more of a need. This is really risky, taking a guy that's around 2 to 3 in the top 15. I'm going to do it anyway. Abdul Carter, welcome aboard to the Chicago Bears. He is number 57 in true value, hidden dev. The fact that he's ranked so low, he's Abdul Carter. Who made this draft class? I'm not quite sure who made it, but we take Abdul Carter. At least he had a hidden dev. That makes me feel a little bit better. Benjamin Morrison goes to the Dolphins. Evan Stewart, JT. Who's going next? Patrick Payton. Colson Loveland goes to the Bengals. He was projected to go to the Texans, I think. Tyleik Williams. Jalen Milroe to the Steelers. They got their quarterback. But Cam Ward, that's the first quarterback off the board, by the way. Cam Ward's still available. Oh, no, Shadur was the first quarterback off the board. My bad. Cam Ward is still available. Tez Johnson. Eagles, I don't know who they took. Princely goes. Josh Connerly. Quinshawn, they took Tate Ratledge. Denzelberg, 2 Buckeyes go back-to-back. Nice to see. Mason Taylor. Who's going to be available at our pick? There goes Jack Sawyer, so another Buckeye off the board. Oh, here we are. I don't want to pass my pick. Okay, second round pick. Who's on the board? Cam Ward's still available. Carson Beck and Quinn Ewers, Jackson Dart. Malachi Starks is interesting. Travion's interesting. Isaiah Bond is interesting. There's a lot of names here. There's Kenneth Grant, but I think we can find... Oh, I should probably check and see those other 2 D tackles. So day 3 for Shamar Turner and undrafted for Howard Cross. Man, the disrespect to those guys. Those guys are going to be pretty solid players. Day 3 for Sonny Styles. Barrett Carter still on the board. I kind of want to take Barrett Carter. We can grab another good corner later on. We saw some of those guys down the board, so we can find another good corner. Malachi Starks being here is very interesting. I like that a lot. I also like Barrett Carter. The idea of that. Kenneth Grant, I don't think fits because he's around 3 to 4. I don't think that's a good idea to take him. Tyler Warren's still available. That's pretty good. A backup tight end would not be bad, but not in the second round probably. If we were going for a number 1 tight end, maybe then. Isaiah Bond is probably really good. Yes, Kyron Lacey is in this draft class. I downloaded this draft class before he passed away, so he's still here. Who else is in this draft class that we might be able to get? Brew McCoy's down here. That might be a good pickup. Jimmy Horn Jr., Julian Fleming. There's some names. There's some names down the board that might be pretty good. But we don't need to get a wide receiver in the second round. Travion, I like. Ollie Gordon, I like. Omarion Hampton. I don't know who made this draft class, but all these guys should go first round. They didn't go first round. Whatever. I guess we won't use this draft class again. I kind of like Malachi Starks, but we don't necessarily need a safety. At least not a strong safety, because we have Jaquan Brisker. We could use a free safety more than a strong safety. But I don't really want to take any of these guys. I kind of want to take Barrett Carter. He looks like a great player. A, man coverage and zone coverage. B, pursuit. I think I'm going to take Barrett Carter in the second round here. He ends up being number 42 in true value. He's also got a hidden dev. I think that was the right pickup. I think that was the right pickup. We'll skip to our third round pick. Oh no, we have another second round pick. Wait, what happened? Oh, never mind. I'm still controlling. I forgot I was still controlling the other teams that we made the trades with. Oh, I forgot about that. All right, so we get to where's our next pick? It's a little bit further down the board. Tyler Warren got taken. I probably would have taken Tyler Warren. Let's get to the Bears pick. Okay, there we go. Oh, Xavier Watts got grabbed. I think I was going to take him. Okay, so Isaiah Bond is still here. I don't know why. I'm not quite sure why Isaiah Bond is still here. But this is our final pick before the sixth round, right? Yeah, so we don't have a fourth or a fifth. So we got to make this work. If we're going to take Isaiah Bond, we're going to take him now because he's not going to be here in the sixth round. That's for sure. But is he the guy that we absolutely want to take? Is there any other free safeties we might want to grab? No, not really. Corners. There is that one corner down here, day 3. Maybe we can get him in the sixth round, Xavier Scott. Right end, middle linebacker. Jack Kaiser's still here. Howard Cross is available, but I just don't see myself taking him. He just doesn't look that good. We might just have to ride with Gervon, whatever his name is. I forgot his name. Dexter. I mean, how bad can Isaiah Bond be? He's a great player in real life. Or maybe we should grab a tight end to be backup. Maybe we should grab a tight end to be a backup. Luke Lachey, Terrence Ferguson, both great players. Bryson Nesbitt, also a good player. But Isaiah Bond is still here. How bad can he be? He's 5'11", 180. He's got great speed, great acceleration. A fourth receiver alongside Tyreek, Rome, and DJ Moore. Might not be a bad thing, especially with his speed. I mean, he's ran 4.4 speed. Is this the move? Or do we take a backup tight end for Cole Kmet, like a Luke Lachey or a Terrence Ferguson? Luke Lachey's a great player. He looks like a solid player in this, too. And then we got Terrence Ferguson as well, who's also a great player. But I think Luke Lachey might be a little bit better, slightly better. I know that Ferguson's 1 year younger, but I think Lachey might be slightly better player. I think I'm going to take Luke Lachey. I know it's a little bit weird to take a backup tight end, but I think that might end up being pretty solid for us. It's better than having Durham Smythe be our backup tight end, I guess. So then we go to our next pick, which is in the 6th round. So we'll get all the way there. And I think this will be the time that we take that corner. Howard Cross got grabbed by the Jets. If the corner is still available, I think it'll be the time that we take him. I think his name was Xavier something. But he's around 1 to 2 true talent. He is no longer available. Wow. Somebody scouted him and found out? That's kind of annoying. All right, so that goes out the window there. We're not going to be able to grab him. I don't have any other plans to grab anybody else. Maybe Latham Ransom? The fact that he's undrafted is kind of annoying. There's Will Howard. I don't know where to go now. I don't know where to go now. Brew McCoy at wide receiver. Doesn't look like that good of a player, unfortunately. I think he's a good player in real life, but not in this. No offensive linemen are going to be grabbed, I don't think. That corner was my plan, and now it's out the window, so I don't know. I guess I just grabbed somebody that I recognize. I don't really recognize any of these guys. Francisco Mualga, I do recognize, but we already took a middle linebacker. Do I recognize any of these corners? Not really. I'm not going to take Shiloh. If I'm going to take Shiloh, I'm going to take him in free agency after the draft as undrafted free agent. I don't really know where to go now. My plan was to take the corner, and now he's gone. So I guess we just take a wide receiver? Possibly. Is there anybody that's fast that's left? We have one speed. It's Jimmy Horn, 5'9", post potentially undrafted receiver from Colorado. I'll take him, I guess. I don't have any other plan. He's 195 in true value, normal dev, but he's got 96 speed, so maybe we can work with that. I don't know. And that is our draft. They kind of screwed me there with taking that corner. I can't believe he got grabbed. I thought for sure he was down the board a lot. I thought for sure he'd still be there, but he got taken. So how good did we draft? We got a 73 overall Abdul Carter, 74 Barrett Carter, 70 Luke Lachey, and a 67 overall Jimmy Horn Jr. I guess I'm okay with that. The best player in the class was Quinshon Judkins, Will Johnson, Will Campbell, Michael Williams, James Pierce Jr. I don't think we're going to be using this draft class uh, anymore. It just didn't seem like it was rated that highly. I feel like Abdul Carter probably should be a better player. I'm not going to boost his ratings or anything because that's obviously cheating. I'm not going to like make him better just because I think he should be better, but we won't be using that draft class anymore. I thought it was going to be a good one. It ends up not being that good. Well, that's okay. We'll move Luke Lachey into that backup tight end spot. Offensive line looks good. I mean, the team looks fairly good. We didn't really change too much. Abdul Carter and Barrett Carter. Maybe we should switch to a. Maybe we should switch back to a whatchamacallit? A 3-4. We got a 90 on the West Coast zone. We'll go with that. And our best scheme fit is a 4-6 defense or a 3-4 under. Let's go to the 3-4 under. That way Barrett Carter gets to play a little bit more. And we get to not see Gervin Dexter anymore. So Quincy Williams, maybe I should try to trade Quincy and then just start Abdul Carter right away. Did Shiloh make it to free agency? I would assume that he did. I'd be shocked if he didn't. There's Odell Beckham Jr. He was a free safety, I think, right? Practice squad eligible. Shiloh is not here. Is he a strong safety? No, Latham Ransom makes it, though. And Jalen Catalon. I'll pick up Latham Ransom as an undrafted free agent. The top undrafted free agent. There's Cam Scatabo. He's $2 million. That's a little bit too expensive. Catalan, Drayden Higgins. There's a couple of names in here, but nobody that I want to pay any money to. I only picked up Ransom because he's a Buckeye. Okay, I think we'll move on from that. We'll go to season number 2 of Caleb Williams' rookie year. I don't think I need to go through training camp with him. I might go through training camp with maybe Abdul Carter, get him a little bit higher up. But that is going to do it for this off-season episode. It was supposed to be all the playoffs. We ended up losing the first round, and we had the off-season in this episode. We had to pivot to it. But next year, we will start season number 2. I'm not sure if I'm going to use another real-life draft class. Maybe I will. I haven't fully decided yet. I guess I'll figure it out by the time we get to the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, though, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.